Hi, I'm Hollis with Klamath Basin Fresh Direct Organic Potatoes, here today with Chef Leif Benson, Oregon's 2010 Chef of the Year. We're going to be doing a little recipe with our prized variety called the Klamath Pearl. So Leif, can you tell us a little bit more about what we're going to be doing with the Klamath Pearls today?
Yeah, we're going to be making crushed Klamath Pearl potato cakes. An interesting way of doing a potato recipe. We're using an ideal candidate. These are perfectly round potatoes. The skins don't burst, so they make a perfect candidate for this thing. So we're going to start off by taking the potatoes, and we're going to actually boil these for just a little while. So Hollis, we're going to take these potatoes now. These are nice and tender. They've been boiling for about 30 minutes or so, and we're going to take them out of the water here, and we're going to start doing crushing. So I'm just going to push them down so they're nice and uniform, like that, and you end up with this little shape here. Now this is what's good about this is that once you're going to saute it and make a nice golden brown on the outside, you're going to actually start infusing flavors into the interior of the potatoes because you've cracked the skin, but they're going to stay in a potato cake shape. So after we've crushed the cakes into a nice 3/4 inch thickness, and you know, you might crack a couple, but that's okay.
They look fabulous. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Even though it's kind of a random sort of thing, once they're all said and done, they look pretty uniform. It's an interesting process. So we're going to get our pan hot. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil into it. So once we get the pan reasonably warm, it doesn't have to be smoking hot, but reasonably warm, we're going to start putting our cakes in. Let them take their time a little bit, and we're going to get a nice little crust on them, kind of golden brown. You can hear that little sizzle in there now. And we're going to actually finish them with a little bit of fresh garlic and a little bit of parsley. So you want to move them around a little bit so they don't stick, and normally they won't stick, so they're pretty good like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a flip here. And we're just going to go, you know, and that's, you know, it's just starting to turn golden a little bit. And you don't need a whole lot more than that. And this is kind of, if you like them kind of crusty, that's kind of nice. If you like them kind of a little softer, that's kind of good too. But you can see they're already getting kind of a nice little golden brown to them. And then once you get them to the point where you feel like they're fairly brown on each side, you can start adding your favorite, garlic. I'm going to take the garlic here and put them in it. And of course, you always want to be careful not to burn the garlic, because the garlic gets a little bitter if it gets burned. So you can put that in there. We're just going to let that go for a little bit. And then the next thing I'm going to do is drop in a little bit of fresh parsley. And parsley, you know, you just want to have the nice freshness to it. And these things are perfect combinations.
It adds taste and color.
Yeah, it makes a nice visual. And again, we're not going to spend a lot of time as far as you know, having to worry about this. That's what's nice about this recipe. It's quick and easy. But you see how they just stay nice little cake shapes. You see that garlic is plain done. So now the option here is that you can put a little bit of chicken stock in, which I'll do a little bit of. You want to be careful that the oil's not too hot. But the chicken stock can add a little bit of flavor to it. Kind of enhance a little more. You can use vegetarian stock if you want.
So the potato will really soak that flavor up.
Yeah, potatoes are very absorbent. So when you introduce another flavor like chicken stock, it's going to really pick up those flavors very nicely. So you want to give it just a brief amount of time because you want to let it go too far because you don't want to reboil them in stock. You just want to keep them nice at it because you want that little crust on there. So really, a little salt and pepper on there. A little salt, a little pepper. And really, these are ready to go, and we'll just plate them up next. Of course, you can plate these however you want, but I'm just going to kind of shingle them here on our little plate, and they look kind of cool. You know, again, they're, you know, again, for being a random sort of crush, they look actually fairly uniform. And what you can do as well is that you can take a little bit of the garlic butter, and you can just spoon that right over the top here, and it makes almost a bit of a sauce. And of course, you can also you know, obviously put these in a bowl as well. But that's just a nice way of doing a Klamath Pearl potato and get that beautiful cake shape, and it melts in your mouth.
Well, thank you for showing the versatility of the Klamath Pearl.
You're welcome. My pleasure.